I got my pepe ring bender today, and I'm going to mount it on the bench. And this is the model number. Now this comes with an aluminum base, made in the US. I guess it's an aluminum base. But this is quite handy because the holes for the ring bender itself are actually machined into the base, and this has a machined set of holes to hold the pieces. So I'm just going to mount this on the bench on the base, because that way it will have all of the pieces that I need here. And by using the base itself, I can just mark the holes where I need to drill. So this will let me drill 4 accurate holes. And I'm going to mount it permanently because it'll be out of the way here, and it'll be quite easy to use. If I thought the handle would get in the way, the handle actually comes out. If you didn't want to bump it when you were walking past it, it comes out quite easily. So I'm just going to drill my holes. My cordless drill ran out of puff, so I had to get my old faithful out. A little more power than I need. So I have my holes drilled, and I'm going to put this back in. Now, there's another version of this made that has a bar on the bottom that you can mount into a vise. I quite like this one because it's permanent, ready to go. So I'm just going to line up my holes, put the bender back in, and screw it down. Okay, it's all nice and solid and out of the way. Very attractive package. Now, this is cut out and marked where each of these matching mandrels go. And the way this works is you have a round piece that drops in here in the bender, and then you have a matching piece that just drops onto this. Put your metal in here and push this. I'll do a close-up later on and show you. Now, in case you don't know where these go, they're marked. Like this is a 60-degree mark, and that's for bending sharp angles. So it's called a ring bender, but it's actually more handy than just a ring bender. I'll show you. Now these matching mandrels are steel. It also comes with a set of nylon mandrels. If you're working with really soft metal, you can use these and it won't put marks in the metal. If you're using heavier metal, you pretty much have to use the steel ones. So I have a ring shank that is 0.8 thick, and it's to the proper length, and the ends are filed, and it's ready to solder. So being annealed, it'll be quite easy to bend. We could use the nylon, but I'm just going to use the steel, and I'm going to take the one that says 18, because that's the closest diameter. This is a 19 diameter, and you can see how easy it was to put that in there. This just drops in, it doesn't bolt in, and it's machined closely enough that it doesn't lean over. And this is our part that matches that curve, and it also just drops in. And you can just drop your metal right down on the bench and bend this because it doesn't catch. So I'll just shift this out of the way to make sure it's clear, and I'll zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see just by positioning your metal on here that you don't really have to do anything but turn it around, and it does your bending for you. Really, really easy to work. Now, it doesn't make a perfect join, but it makes it so close that it's quite easy to just push it together with your ring bender. You can use a smaller mandrel and piece. Get those out of the way. And because the smaller one does a smaller circle, it'll actually bring the ends together. And I put the join opposite, so I just do that. And you can see that I've been able to actually bring the ends together. So a small amount of manipulation by hand, and this is ready to solder. So you can actually see that I was able to get it really close, and it won't take much to make it perfect. One thing I've noticed is in the past I've always used the flat half-round pliers for bending my ring shanks, and we just bend them into an oval because all we wanted to do was get the ends perfect enough to solder. We weren't concerned about the rest of it. But the thing I always noticed when I was using these was the ends of the shank would always have a bit of a twist in it, and this doesn't. This makes it so that they're perfectly lined up. So I'm quite happy about that. So this is my first ring shank that I've done with this machine, and I'm really pleased. I'm not going to do anything other than put it on my third hand and solder it. I don't have to do anything else. So it just saves an awful lot of manipulation by hand.